Come on, mate. Quick. Come on. The problem with most relationships isn't that you're having a relationship. It's usually the unresolved within it. It's the things that happen within it. It's like when you look at a cake stand and you have all these different cakes with different ingredients, different tastes, different reasons for the cake. Christmas cake, Anzac cake, all these different cakes with all different ingredients with which bring all sorts of different results. Now, the different results, the different things happening within the relationship, the ingredients, the binding of the two spirits and souls together, and how we navigate that, that's where the problems start. Now, there's an approach that just throws the hands in the air and, the more we ignore, the more everything will be all right. But that's not how it works. Thinking, navigating what we're dealing with and experiencing, the problems that confront us. Why didn't you text back when you said you were going to? Why didn't you turn up and do what you said you were going to? All these little grievances. Who was that strange person you were talking to on the phone? Why are you hiding your phone? Why is it always face down and then you listen to it in the bathroom or toilet? The little covert atrocities that go on in relationships in our time. Having emotional affairs on social media where you're triggering your dopamine supply banks, and then when it comes time to be inspired or impacted by your relationship, you need a drug or something like that to make the fire burn. All these little vandalisms that go on that we become aware of. The negligences. Where were you when I needed you? Why didn't you turn up when you said you would? The voids. All the times when someone was supposed to be there but they weren't. Over and over again. And if you don't deal with those things, they start to erode who you are. They erode your happiness. Now, relationships aren't all about happiness. We can argue about that and carry on. Relationships do have hard times and conflict. But these are resolvable. Now, in Palestine, there's a great war, and it's always going to be a war, and it's never going to change no matter what you do, how you try and help, and who you try and support. The Egyptians want nothing to do with the Palestinians right now in July 2024, because all they do wherever they go is bring trouble. And if you don't believe that, look at France, Europe, Switzerland, Sweden, Australia, it's starting now, the UK, the United States. They micro-incrementally destroy wherever they go. It's just what they do. And these attitudes and things that ruin things for the Palestinians, we do as well within our relationships. And we don't need to. We can resolve things as we go. Things are resolvable. It's when we choose not to resolve the issues that face us, that the conflicts get bigger, and they might only be micro-incremental conflicts, but they do get bigger, they do get worse. Many people don't want to face what they're doing to the person that they're with, or what they're not doing. And it's up to you or me or whoever we're dealing with to ask the question of each other, where did we go wrong? A lot of people aren't prepared to do this. They don't want to face the question, where did we go wrong? What did we do wrong? They just move on, drug up, drink up, go through the pain. Some people end up in asylums and mental health clinics. Some people fall back on their children, abusing them psychologically, but silently. See, a lot of this abuse is silent. It doesn't have a voice, but it's happening. And that's why it's so hard to resolve. Some people will just get on a train and go somewhere else and leave the person that they need to resolve things with standing on the station. And that's the point where you walk away off the platform of the station and say to yourself, well, I'm dealing with somebody that doesn't want to deal with the issues. You may never even have had an argument. You've examined yourself and asked yourself, am I just being petty? Am I just being immature? Or is there really something going on in this silence that's abusive? That's passively and aggressively breaking down who I am, breaking down my person. And 9 times out of 10, I promise you that the answer will be yes. You have been abused, psychologically, vandalized, emotionally, taken for granted. And it's time. The person doesn't want to have the talk. They've had that opportunity. You've given them every opportunity to resolve. And a lot of the time there's somebody in the background egging the other person on to continue down the path of ruining the relationship. There's usually a second layer, some other form of interference, bringing about the demise of the relationship, which goes to show that a lot of people split their loyalties. They have unbalanced loyalties. And I've learned, and I can tell you this from experience, that once you realize you're with somebody that's just not going to play a proper part in a relationship so that all parties can be happy and healthy, then you have to detach, as hard as it is, detach. Women are very good at this. Even though it does hurt them, they will go through with it anyway. And men should learn this as well. Detach. Go no contact. Count the fact that you gave it your best. And obviously it's the best that you're going to get out of the other person. Agree to disagree. Don't judge. Pack your bag. Put in it what you need. Walk out peacefully. Go no contact. And never ever ever go back, and you'll find that the other person will just disappear into the clouds, as it were, like a helium balloon, and everybody then just gets on with their life, whatever that takes. Don't turn to drugs, don't turn to alcohol, don't turn to all these other things that aren't going to get you where you need to be in the long run. Calibrate, recalibrate, eat well, sleep well, exercise, walk the dog if need be, even if it's not yours. That's my daughter's dog. And become the person that you need to be if you go into another relationship. And even without that, so that you can do your sports well, your life well, so that you can live well.